On October 13th, the Justice Department said that by next year, they would start collecting data on police shootings and other violent encounters with the public. This project is a very ambitious one for the federal government to take on as they try to collect data from the police departments to share with the public in order to close the information gap between the government and its people. Our main question is, why is the Department of Justice only gathering voluntary information from police departments regarding police shootings, and why is it just happening now? The Justice Department is relying on the voluntary submissions of police departments to gather their information on police force. They would then calculate the information given to them and report it to the public. However, many civil activist groups say that is not going to be accurate information if it is only a voluntary system, because many police departments will not participate in their information being public. Regardless, the justice system plans to run their pilot program starting early next year to collect data from 178,000 large agencies and police departments nationwide. They also want to collect information from state and local police departments about the in-custody deaths, meaning that deaths not just from shootings but also from suicide and death while incarcerated. The Justice Department also says that even though their system is voluntary, their push for collecting such data has caught the attention of legislation, who in 2014 passed the Death in Custody Reporting Act, which required states and the federal law enforcement agencies to submit data to the department about civilians who died during incarcerations with law enforcement or in their custody. However, that law doesn't require the collection of non-lethal force. The Justice Department says it also wants to work with that data. Knowing this information, we want to know why the Justice Department is starting this pilot program now.
Controversy surrounding police shootings has only recently become apparent to the majority of the U.S. due to the fact that many recent shootings have been video recorded and only then drew national and even international attention. Additionally, many of these recordings have involved unarmed African-American citizens being shot by white police officers, which then raised the problem from not only an issue of police violence, but an issue of racism. Furthermore, since the media has expanded to the internet and mobile devices, it is far easier to gain access to information regarding these controversial occurrences. It has been made clear over the past few years that there is a major public interest in the controversy of police shootings, and with that, the media has covered exactly what the public desires. In fact, the media coverage has given increasing attention to shootings throughout the United States that have surrounded the police with a new, negative, and racist persona. This crisis has given ground to a modern activist movement, Black Lives Matter. If it was not clear already, it should be clear now that the Justice Department needs data regarding police shootings, not only to satisfy the public, but for analyzation and solutions. As of the present, the most extensive data so far gathered on the topic of police shootings has been by news sources, The Washington Post and The Guardian. While the FBI made similar efforts to gain information, their reliance on police departments to voluntarily give up their numbers and statistics has resulted in less than 3% of police agencies in the United States to do exactly that. In other words, the collection of such information has so far been a failure or has not been attempted at all. It's time for the Department of Justice to step in and gather the knowledge needed to end the inhumane and excessive executions of citizens by police officers.
The outbursts of current conflict revolving unjustified shooting towards blacks have a correlation with the actions of investigation towards tracking the collection of police shootings and other violent encounters with the public. In August 2015, the ratio was 7-1 of unarmed black men dying from police gunshots compared to unarmed white men. The ratio was 6-1 by the end of 2015. According to the Post database, 991 people were fatally shot by the police last year, and 754 have been so far this year. So with all the evidence, event outbursts, and unjustified killing, we go back to answer our analytical question.
Why is it that the Justice Department is just now gathering data regarding police shootings? Overall, there are a few reasons why the Justice Department is just now beginning to collect data regarding police shootings. The main reason is that prior to 2014, it was not an issue that the general public cared much about. Since 2014, however, although the number of police shootings has not fluctuated much, the amount of cases caught on camera and sent around the internet has skyrocketed. With these high-profile cases gaining national media attention, highlighted by the creation of the Black Lives Matter movement, the government is being forced to act. This is in no way a new problem, simply an example of public outrage driving public policy. A lack of a national database became a sticking point in recent years, particularly after a string of high-profile cases in which unarmed black men died at the hands of police. Attempts to fill that void have included the website Fatal Encounters, as well as the Washington Post database that tracks how many people are shot and killed by police. So far in 2016, the Post reports that law enforcement officers have killed 754 people.